Welcome back to Final Fantasy. Last time we got underway with the true Chaos Shrine. I had to find out my knight and ninja could in fact use white and black magic right here, right now by just going to the shop. Even though it was saying, when I went to magic for them, it was just straight up saying nothing right here but, oh, you can't use magic. But when I went to the shop begged to differ. And I could buy... I bought the Cure Spell for Zest, and all of a sudden, it says level 1 through 8, and says, oh, you got 4 out of 4 for level 1, 2, and 3. Have at it. Same thing with Sauber here, except his went to level 4. Let's do a little quick save. Is this a boss battle? Is this the Lich? It is the Lich. Okay. It wasn't... I do not think it was like this in the PS1 version. I believe there was a certain point in the dungeon, and you get to that certain point. I'll look it up in real time here after I'm done with this battle. Like, you would just walk through the dungeon, and when you got to a certain point, the Lich battle would just come up like a random encounter. And the thing about it was, every time you went backwards and went back to that spot, you would have to do the fight over again. So I had to do the Lich fight and the other fiends like multiple times, because I would get through the dungeon, get through the Lich fight, make my way further down, then decide I need to go back and restock on items and stuff, and I'll have to go back through the dungeon and get the Lich fight, and have him, I had to deal with that multiple times. Okay, Lich, how tough are you going to be? That is the million-dollar question. Yes, I'm going to have to fight all 4 fiends again in here. I just don't know how tough Lich is going to be. Could be a complete pushover. I don't think these fights were as hard as their previous encounters for where we were in the game. Like, I feel like I had more when I played the PS1 version, I felt like I had more trouble with my first boss fight against Lich than this one. Damn. Why we only... Did he cast Protect? I'm just not aware of it. I don't even want to use a Dispel. Well, I wouldn't say he's a pushover. Use this just for it to miss. Come on, damn it! I knew that was going to happen. He must have... he must have put a Protect, and I just wasn't paying attention. And I don't know then. I don't know. It's not doing a whole lot of damage to me. Yeah, that better have missed. Fucking flare. Man, oh my god. No! Yeah, he was tougher than what I was. I don't know. I think that was kind of like that was the toughest boss fight of the game yet. It was tougher than his first fight, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, right. Yeah, definitely had to have been. Like I defeated the Lynch in like 3 turns. Like on my 3rd turn, I finished him. Earlier in the game. So shit, I don't know what he did to make it to where like my physical attacks just weren't doing anything. Alright. Consider Lich wake-up call of sorts. Gotta be on my toes for these things. For these fights. You can see where that fire orb is, and that yeah. I'm gonna go back to my old Let's Play from 4 years ago. Playing this game, the PS1 version that I downloaded on my PS3. Go back to that one. Looking for this Lich fight. I'm looking and looking for this Lich fight. Finally found it. This looks to be my first time fighting the Lich. Okay, there was no orb. There was no floating orb on top of the stairs. It was, but once I got right in front of the stairs, the Lich fight happened. Actually, man, I wonder if I kind of don't want to find out, but because I don't want to do it again. But I'm very curious to see. Do I have to refight? Shit. I mean, honestly, it looks to me like I don't even have to refight the fiends in here. In the older versions, yes, like straight up, like if you backtrack just a little bit like that, and you came back right here, boom, you're doing the fight again. And if you finish the fight and you're done, I think just doing that is enough to, boom, you're doing the fight again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I fought the Lich, and it didn't take me long, but I think I was using flares and shit, because I knew, like, I was gonna have to leave the dungeon again, probably not long after that fight. Luckily, I have Warp 2 on hand to take advantage of. I didn't fight the Lich until part 4 of me going through this dungeon. That's what it seems. I guess I can't say that with 100% certainty, guaranteed, but I skimmed through Chaos Run Part 2 and Part 3 of this playthrough, and I didn't see a Lich fight, and the first time I came across it was this Part 4 episode, so I'm guessing that was the first time I fought it. Okay, Part 1 was back way early in the game, so really it was like Part 3 of me going through the final dungeon. Yeah, okay. So basically, like, on this Let's Play, I encountered the Lich, episode 2, of me going through the final dungeon on the PS1 version. It took into the 3rd episode, and that was a 30-minute episode too. Actually, I've noticed quite a few 30-minute episodes. I want to count them up real quick. Then I'll get back into this game proper. I don't know why I have a handful of 30-minute episodes. I guess just circumstances. Early on I didn't have any, but finally, episode 33, I had a 38-minute episode. So that's one. I had a 44-minute and then a 26-minute episode. I just count that as 2 and 3. Yeah. And then that one, okay. So I'm seeing 5 total. I'll just say 5 total. A 51 episode Let's Play, I had 5 of them. 5 of them were like 30-minute episodes. What? I was scared that was the Lich fight somehow. I didn't mean to go backwards like that. No, I don't even want to fuck with this. Please let me run. Thank you, game. Thank you. Alright. So what? Okay, blocked off. Yeah, again, like, it looks like another change they've made to this version of Final Fantasy 1. I should start writing shit down. I'm actually taking a sticky note now and think I'm going to try and list off all the changes I've noticed for this Pixel Remaster. Alright, I'll try and work on it here. Alright, number 1. New items. What's up here? Just, oh shit. New items. Example, high potions. Ethers. Phoenix. Downs, etc. 2. I'm not even gonna count like the quote unquote cheats they let you have. Like turning off encounters. I'm not gonna count those and write those down. Should I just write down made the game easier? I feel like I'm gonna write something else down before that. Like that's probably like the biggest one, like the new items in the game. Possess got 9 HP, 1 agility, 1 stamina. Flow got 7 HP. Oh, just making absolutely sure on that. Well, I was thinking to myself, what were the biggest 3 things that... Because this game is tracking to be... I'll just go ahead and say now, like... When I played through this PlayStation 1 version of Final Fantasy 1 on my old channel 4 years ago, yada yada. I'm like a broken record. But when I did that, that Let's Play took 51 episodes. That's how many episodes it took. Some of those episodes were 30 minutes. We'll just say, we'll round it down and say it was... It should have just been a 48 episode Let's Play then. Like... We'll just say it was 48 episodes. It was a 48 episode Let's Play. This is tracking to be 26, 27. Like, it's gonna be substantially shorter. Like a whole 20 episodes shorter. Plus some change. Day we leveled up. 26 HP, 1 stamina. So, like, yeah, so much shorter. And there's probably like 4 reasons actually. Because one of the reasons is probably this is my second time playing Final Fantasy 1. I know more. I know, you know, I didn't get lost and wander around as much the first time. I did a little bit, one or two times. Like I was wandering around lost in the ice cavern, thinking there was more to do there, and there wasn't. But yes, that's one of the reasons why, yeah, this Let's Play is shorter. Didn't get lost as much, but it's also just because I can turn encounters off sometimes. I mean, I can turn off encounters anytime I want, but I've only been turning it off sometimes, really. But that's another reason why this is taken shorter. Another reason is being able to have, you know, me using high potions, and I think money is not as tight in this game as it was in the NES and PS1 version. So I've been able to afford more potions than high potions earlier on, and I've been able to not have to go in and out of dungeons as much because I'm low on supplies. And like me being able to have all these potions compared to the PS1 version, and being able to turn off encounters, like those kind of go hand in hand with that. It's just simply I ran in and out of dungeons multiple times, and pretty much all the dungeons in Final Fantasy 1, and I haven't had to do that here, and that's big. And then lastly, just as big as any of the other reasons why this Let's Play is fixing to be a lot shorter, is because I simply think this game, yeah, it's just not as difficult as the PS1 version. And all those factors combined, and that's what's going to make this Let's Play much shorter. And really, it's mostly for better, I would say. You know, we don't need to spend 51 hours playing this game. You know, we don't need this game to be 20 hours longer just because of reasons that basically make it feel like it's fluff the Let's Play to be longer. It's good to be able to turn off encounters, so when you're retreading, you're not running into enemy after enemy and some actual treasure. What'd that say? And it's good to have all these potions so you can use and get through dungeons, so you don't have to leave, so you can heal at an inn and come back. Oh yeah, then I already have one, right? Hell yeah. So yeah, this game is fixing to be much shorter because of all those reasons. And they all just stack. Salver got 4 HP and 1 ability. Damn, what the fuck? I wonder what that was in the original game, because it wasn't an elixir. I had an original point I wanted to get at by bringing up all the reasons why this is fixing to be a much shorter playthrough versus the original game. Now I can't think of where I originally wanted to go anymore with that idea. It's definitely nice to be able to turn off encounters. I really like that. I wish other than, you know, I wish other than that the game would have just stayed true to how the original NES game was. Just cause I'm a traditionalist like that. Like just let me, you know, if I have to go in and out of dungeons all these times, it is what it is. Like, you know, but if you want to give me all these high potions in the game, so I don't have to run in and out of them, you know, I can be cool with that. I can be like, okay, well, thanks for giving me these high potions. I don't have to use them in battle if I don't want to, but I can use them in these dungeons just so I don't have to run out to an end and come back. But it's not so bad if you can turn off encounters and you don't have to worry about it taking a whole lot of time. I guess the original NES version of this game didn't have a run. That's like one of the few things, maybe just the one thing the PS1 version had that did not. You could run in the PS1 version. I don't think you could run it all in the original NES. So the PS1 had that different. It also had stats that worked, and you know, it had stuff that worked and stuff that wasn't broken, like the original NES Final Fantasy 1 had. Like, I'm thankful I can run too. Because if I were to run in and out of dungeons all the time, like I wouldn't want to do it at a snail's pace. I think I've been had protect rings. Nobody's wearing them. Protect rings are so out of style. Hold on, I don't want to eat my words here. How can you, what? Oh yeah. Damn it, fucking shit. God, I was never doing that at the beginning of this game, but the second half. Shit, I should put this on. Well, you already have it on, nice. Well, you have it on. You have it on too. I just hope I can remember to switch it back. Yeah, everybody has on protect rings. They're still in style. And now I have another one. But yeah, if in the Pixel Remaster, if all you gave me was the run, I would have very much liked to have the run. I will say that, which I would have thought would have been in here. That was something I was just assuming that was in this Pixel Remaster before I started playing, because it's even in the PS1 version it was in there, and that's just, you know. And I knew like all these cheats being in the game, and I was glad for that right off the get go, because I knew how Final Fantasies 1, 2, and 3 are with their dungeons, and I would very much like that I could just turn off encounters if I wanted to get the fuck out. Yeah, the Warp 2 spell. I mean, what's it called in this game? It's not called Warp 2 anymore. Like, I don't know. But that was probably such a godsend in the NES and PS1 version, so you don't have to run out of a dungeon. You can just use that spell as long as you have the magic point for it. But you would still have to run back through the dungeon to get to where you were and still go through encounters along the way, so being able to turn encounters off still would have been nice for that. But yeah, just the run, turning encounters off, that's all I really needed. Other than that, me personally, I would have just preferred they would have tried to keep everything else as faithful to the NES version as they could have. Sasuke, I already have Sasuke's blade. Oh damn. I guess I'll give you the Sunblade. Strong against the undead. I was coming across a lot of undead enemies. But yeah, I would have liked them, besides the run, besides the cheats, especially the encounters off. Glad to have those, thank you very much. But everything else I would have preferred if they would have just kept faithful to the original as much as they could. Like the faithful only had potions, antidotes, gold needles. And that was it for items, besides like the tents, cottages, sleeping bags, and hardly any of that was what they were called in the original NES game. They were called different stuff. Like potions were just called heals, I think. Gold needles were called softs, and antidotes were called pures, I believe. But that's all that was in the original game. I wish that was all that was in here, but I can easily forgive you having all these other extra items, and I can just not use them if I don't want to. But I might want to use them in dungeons, especially high potions. I've been doing it this whole Let's Play, because like, why run out the dungeon and run back in even with encounters off if I can just use high potions to get healed up? You know, like, why take the long route to just get myself healed? And that was the only reason why I ran out of dungeons in the PS1 version. The other, just as big, if not bigger reason, yeah, probably a bigger reason, was because I'd be out of magic too. But you know, I'd be out of magic because I couldn't afford all the potions to get me healed, so I would have to rely on using magic. And I think that's another thing this game, that there's a change essentially, is that I think money is less tight in this game. Things cost less. You might even be given more money. I'm not sure on the specifics of that and how that compares to the NES and PS1 versions. But anyway, Flo got 7 HP and 1 intellect. I don't know, I guess, but really it's just a lot of, you know, it's pros and cons to it both ways. If you don't want money to be tighter, just turn it down to 0.5. I don't, you know, that might even, you know, that's essentially saying, if you turn it down to 0.5, that is basically, as that's, it's a level up here. If you turn it down to 0.5 and you stay like that from beginning to end of the game, you're gonna get half the money you get, and that might make it so much of a difference that that's even harder than the NES and PS1 version. Zest got 29 HP, 1 strength, 1 intellect, 1 luck. But something I've been thinking about playing this game in the future, if I want harder difficulty, you know, but I don't want to do 0.5 from beginning to end. I could switch back and forth between 0.5 and 1. Since I do these hour-long episodes, I could do something like have one episode where I have it on 1, have the next episode 0.5, and go back and forth, and that's for money and experience. And that'd be a good way to have an in-between sort of difficulty for the game, between 1 and 0.5, like a 0.75. And I think that could be interesting. That could be very interesting, but I don't know, maybe I should focus on beating this game without dying, which is so hard to do in a Final Fantasy game, because something can easily get you, and that's what happened to me in this Let's Play. I still only have the one game over, and I just got, my ball sack just got grabbed in that fight, and there really wasn't much I could do. Like, I went back and rewatched how that fight went down, and, like, you know, the enemies I was up against, they just got the better of me. Like, it's not like I went to the fight with very low HP for all my characters and I just was at such a disadvantage. They weren't at max HP, but like I went to the fight, they were pretty good on HP, and the enemies, they just got me good. They put a status effect on Solver, so and took him out, and they were just hitting me hard with their attacks, and they just got me. Daewoo got 4 HP, 1 strength, 1 intellect. I think I said earlier that I wasn't going to talk about some of the spilled milk stuff, and here I am talking about it, but I'm just trying to, like, have a discussion. Like, again here, it seems to me like they made it to where you can't constantly re-encounter the fiends in this final dungeon. And I guess they just did that for the sake of quality of life, which I understand. But at the same time, like, that's just for me personally, my opinion. I kind of wish they would have just kept it how it was in the original game. Like, if they really wanted to go the extra mile, they could have had sliders for all these things. Like, that might be crazy, but like, imagine if they did have a slider for just, I'm at max money right now. That's cool. Look at that. But if they really wanted to go the extra mile, they could have had sliders for everything. Like a slider for, like, do you want the fiends to respawn in the final dungeon? Like, maybe that's so crazy and so extra, but I would have thought that would have been very neat of them. But yeah, I think I'm done yapping. I'm going to continue to try and write down these changes to Pixel Remaster if I can think of them. We all good. Probably slowed myself down a whole lot in this episode just by yapping, because I cannot yap and play efficiently at the same time. I just can't. I'm just not big brain enough for it. Alright, we're ready. Rematch with Merilith. Damn it, see? Now they're doing no damage again, and she hasn't... All she did was do a physical attack to Zest, and then she tried to use some spell that failed. What the fuck? Fucking 23 damage. Like, just raising our defense, make our attack go down somehow. Now you want to do 228 damage? Let me try this. Last Blizzaga, but that's I'll say that's fine. Damn, T-Mat's gonna be something because T-Mat's not weak to nothing. Like Marilla should be at least weak to Blizzaga. Man, it's really like they upped the difficulty here in this final dungeon with these bosses. Holy. I mean, if nothing else, they've made them spongy. Maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to make sure I save my flares with day away for the final boss. I'm not going to have any August bells at this rate when I get to them. Alright, we move on. I'm trying to do this dungeon in one go. I could just, I theoretically could just leave. I don't have the warp spell to just instantly get out of here, but I could just turn off encounters and back travel and heal up and come back here and do that for each fiend, because it looks like I don't have to re-fight them if I back travel and come back. But I have it in my mind at this point that that's push shit. Damn. What is up with this? I keep seeing those things. These empty rooms with that sort of looking shit. Guess we're getting all these water enemies now because we're on our way to see Mr. Kraken. Sabra leveled up and got 28 HP, 1 strength, 1 agility, 1 luck. Yeah. Shit, I don't fuck. Which way am I supposed to go? Changes to Pixel Remaster. New items. Anything else big like that? I'll just go ahead and write I'll just go ahead and write game is game is less difficult with enemies. I should have thought that through more before I read it. I should have just wrote enemies are left, or I should have just wrote enemies are less difficult. That's what I should have done. And we're ambushed. Alright, everybody defend. And do your thing, Daewoo. Hopefully that's good enough to take all this out. But number 3, Gil is less tight. Like the game being less difficult straight up and Gil being less tight, like that was stuff I can't believe they didn't take them all out. But just do it again. They didn't take anything out. I was hesitant to write those down. Game is less difficult, Gil is less tight, just because I don't know exactly how less difficult it is and how less tight Gil is, but I know it's less difficult and I know it's less tight pretty substantially. Like I just kind of wanted to write down more black and white stuff, like there's new items like high potions, ether, Phoenix Downs. Those simply weren't in the game previously. And that stuff too, that's not new to the Pixel Remaster actually. That stuff they added in for the Game Boy Advance version of the game. That stuff was in the Game Boy Advance version of Final Fantasy 1. Game Boy Advance version of this game, though, I do believe they had an actual magic point system. Like, you didn't just have this doesn't have a magic point system. This has like a spell cast system. Like you have X number of level 1 spells you can cast, and 3 different spells take up that slot. So you get 9 casts of 3 different spells, and then you have a level 2. And level 3 and level 4, it's the same kind of thing for each level. And that's how it is for this game and Final Fantasy 3. All the other Final Fantasy games have an MP system where you have let's just say you have 100 magic points and you can use fire, that costs 4 magic points. You use cure, that's 8 magic points. And those are the games that have ethers. slow leveled up. That's 7 HP, 1 strength, 1 agility, 1 stamina. So that's leveled up, 9 HP, 1 stamina. Yeah. Did I just go in a big circle? I think I just went in a fucking big circle, y'all. That's crazy. I could go this way. Damn it. Like, this game is just trying... This game is just trying to make me use all my Thundaras. I might would like to have some of these for Kraken in case I run out of Agas. Well, I'm only going to have a maximum of 2 now. Daewoo did level up though, got 4 HP. Okay, well there's the Kraken right there. We'll turn off encounters. Turn them back on. Turn them back off. That's... Oh, I feel like there was another way I could have gone, but I didn't go. I think it was this. Yeah. Oh, look, nothing. Oh my god. I want to save my Thundaras. Damn it. Fuck. Okay, well. Alright, well, I'll end this one here, and just like the last episode, we'll start this next, well, I mean to say, just like this episode, we'll start the next one with fighting one of the 4 fiends. And until then,